Good day, everybody. How are you all doing today? Somebody told me my bun was crooked yesterday, and it's still crooked, but yeah. Welcome to Life Has No Niche. This is my segment called Notions at Noon. So, welcome to Notions at Noon. The topic of this discussion today is why is Russell Wilson being called a simp for marrying a single mom? Now, his wife was a single mother uh, when they met and they got married. And Russell Wilson has since taken her son or that child under his wing and treats him like his own. And there are a lot of men that seem to be in an uproar about this. I'm talking about this because to be honest with you, it's pretty disgusting because I just can't believe men are behaving this way. They are so angry about a single grown man that makes his own decisions, choosing to marry a woman that he loves, despite the fact that she already had a child, and it's basically none of their business. So, I mean, these men are acting like something else, but I'm not going to name call. But I just don't get that. I mean, women literally marry men with so many children. It's unbelievable. And the perfect example of that, since we're already talking about Ciara, is Ciara. I think Future had 5 children if when they met, and she made the fourth or the fifth mom. So I mean, for people not to be making too much of an uproar about him, and they're making an uproar about her, calling her used goods and ran through and all that stuff, I'm like, really? This woman had 1 child, and I'm just loving Russell's reactions, though. This man is so classy. You hardly ever hear him say anything negative about Future, and if Future Senior anyway. Even though it's not a senior, that's not his real name. The son's name is Future, but I'm calling him Future Senior for reference. But yeah, it's just crazy, y'all, and it's just a perfect example of the fact that in the book of Isaiah, it says that in the last days, like eventually, we're gonna start calling evil good and good evil, because it even states in the word that you are supposed to take care of widows and orphans. And you're not necessarily supposed to be out here sleeping with these single moms. You're supposed to be actually helping these widows and orphans, okay? And you may say, oh, well, that child's not an orphan. Future and Ciara are alive. His father's still alive. But you can have a parent that's alive and there's not in your life whatsoever. And Ciara has alluded to the fact that Future Senior is not present in that boy's life like he should be. And some of the other baby mamas have even pointed out the fact that he's not present in those children's lives. So we don't know the situation. I don't claim to know the situation in and out. I just see how Russell Wilson is being dogged for taking on another man's child, taking on a woman that he loved, making her his wife, and building a home and a family with her. And that's the part that's unbelievable in this day and time, especially when you have people out here telling women, oh, you need to go get married, you need to settle down, get out the streets, blah blah blah, stop doing this, stop doing that. And then when she does that and cleans up her life, it's still a problem. So yeah, recently in the news as well, Ciara changed her son's, well, I don't know if she necessarily changed her son's last name to Wilson, but she added on the name Wilson, and that says a lot. I do believe that child wanted that. That child loves Russell. He always looks happy. He always looks like he feels protected. He looks like he feels heard and understood and loved. Like, really, when I look at that child, at Future. Hi, the Stroke Ripper. How are you today? Hi, Michael. Big Cap. Let's see. These deadbeats should know that that's a risk when a real one steps up to the plate. Yeah, and there are a lot of real men out here. I saw that Future even said when he saw that Wilson was added to his son's name, he said, quote unquote, I don't give a You know, so I mean, for a man to say that, you know, either he's tired of getting questioned by the media, or he truly doesn't give a F, and he has no role in that child's life. All right. So again, I have so much respect for Russell, and I like this because Russell is a different type of man. He's not a rapper. He's not out in the streets and trying to be a thug and all of that. So it's really giving women a different perspective on the type of man that they want and they need in their lives, especially if they already have children. And let's see what I was gonna say. Let's see. I've already said, I took notes, y'all, so I've already said a lot of these things. Um, I'm going to use myself for an example as well. I know many women that had not one, but multiple children, and they got married. I was listening to a story the other day about a man. He met a woman who had 4 children. He took a liking to this woman. He started dating her. He went to her home and saw that the home was in disarray. He didn't judge her. He just saw what she needed. She saw what the home needed. He saw what the children needed, and he provided that. He wanted to be there, you know, and so they got married. I myself, I was a single mother, and I've not only been married once, but I've been married 2 times, you know. So don't listen to, if you are a single mom, don't listen to people out here telling you you're used up, you're not any good, you're not this, you're not that, because Russell Wilson said something very, very deep. He said even Jesus had a stepfather. So, you know, he's making sport of it. He's such a great sport, a man of, you know, seemingly good character, because I don't know personally, but I just love his responses, and that's a classy, mature man, and that's how you should respond. Okay. And I just love it. You know, I love them together. I'm happy for them, and I'm happy that we get to see a great example of family, because that's what we need to see in the Black community. We need to see a Black woman and man loving each other and procreating and loving and actually taking care of their children. You know, that's a beautiful thing. And you have to respect men that take on responsibility that is not theirs. And that's what he's getting called a simp for. He's getting called a simp for taking care of another man's responsibility. But the man who dropped his responsibility is getting much less backlash. And it just doesn't make any sense for me. To me anyway, I should say. Okay. Some things I've already addressed, so I'm not even going to address it. I'm going to just delete the comments. That's what I do. If comments don't have anything to do with the live, or they're disrespectful, or they're just out of place, or they're repeated, I usually delete them so that people who do have something legitimate to say or ask can do that. All right, that only applies if you're going to marry the mother. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't apply if you're with a woman and you're just going to make her a single mom all over again and double her pain and her trauma. I agree with you, Big Cap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I already talked about it being crooked earlier. He wasn't here in the beginning, but anyway, irrelevant. All right, let's see here. I see, Leroy, you have some symbols, but I can't really make out. Okay, it's the devil. You're mad. All right. Where are your mods if you don't have one? Okay, thank you, Big Cap. I have to figure out how to do that, but I usually do it myself, to be honest with you. Let's see. There we go. Okay, just added you, Big Cap. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's just my spiel on that and the whole single mom thing, and Russell Wilson being called a simp. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I hope more and more women, more and more single moms, if marriage is the route that you want to take, that we actually start to make better decisions. It's okay to choose a man that's totally opposite from the man you had a child with. I know Kevin Samuels and some of these other red pill guys will tell you, oh, well, you're only as good as as your baby daddy. Like, you can't go any higher than that, or you should just stay with your baby daddy. Sometimes that's not feasible. Sometimes that's just impossible. Like in my case, My child's father passed away. I couldn't marry him. I mean, he was gone. And, it's just, I didn't have any more children until I married my second husband. But just depending on what you want, it's okay to have made a mistake and make better decisions and move forward. Don't allow anybody to tell you this and tell you that about yourself. Only you know you best. Don't allow anybody to tell you about your partner. You know what it's like with that person, men and women. You know what it's like to live with them day in and day out. You know how they treat your children. So you make the best decision for you. Stop listening to these people out here, because 9 times out of 10, either they're miserable or they go home to a happy home. So they're just out here telling you all type of foolishness just to get clicks and likes and subscribers, and leave you holding the bag, but they're happy in the life that they're living. So be confident and be okay with what you choose, and just choose better. Literally choose better. Do like Ciara did. Choose better. Don't go the linear route and keep choosing the same thing, and don't regress and choose something worse. Choose better for yourself and for your children. Okay? It's okay, Leroy. I just couldn't make it out because it's so tiny, but I see what it is now. Hey, Charity. You need a cougar, big homie? It's nothing wrong with that. I see a lot of people going the cougar route nowadays. And a lot of those relationships seem to work out really good. That dynamic is really interesting. It does seem to work out pretty good. Yep. I don't know the statistics. I don't know if they work out better than the older men and younger women do, but a lot of the relationships where the woman is older, I see them being very successful and happy, honestly. Saint Kevin had a lot of things he was also wrong about, and women leveling up is always possible if she presents it properly. Yep. Kevin Samuels was definitely right about a lot of things. There was just, really, to be honest with you, a few things I had an issue with him with. One of them was his presentation, like how he came off very abrasive and disrespectful at times to women. I didn't like the fact that he would tell women, if you're not a virgin, then you shouldn't be withholding sex. And I'm like, okay, so how do you do better and choose better if you don't decide to reserve yourself for what it is you truly want? You just, out here giving it to people just because you're not a virgin. That was one of my biggest issues I had with Kevin Samuels. Aside from the disrespect, other than that, he hit on a lot of good things. I'm not going to discredit him for a couple things that he got wrong, but he hit on a lot of things. Yes, he did indeed. I can't be your cougar route because I'm married, big homie. I am from South Carolina, big homie. Hey, Charity. I'll see you in a minute, girl. Hey, Judy. I'm doing well. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. My phone went dead. But hi, Judy. Hi, Eric. Hi, Carson. How are you today? Thank you for joining the live. Thank you, Eric. Yeah. Levi, are you trying to say he passed? Kevin Samuels passed? Because you said he based, but maybe you spelled it wrong. But yeah, you guys have any more questions or comments before I leave the live for the 4 people that remain? My phone went dead. It didn't go dead. It went hot, and it does that a lot when I'm sitting in the car. So, it happens almost every day. Hi, Ava. How are you? Miss Vasquez. Anything else about the Future and Russell Wilson Ciara debacle? Hi, King Colin. How are you? If not, going once, going twice. All right. You all be blessed.